is Jonathan Myers. We are on episode 3. It's actually pretty exciting, nice and early, about 6 a.m. right now. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on a new podcast that we're going over today. This is basically, we came up with a new title yesterday. I was kind of thinking about some stuff, and I kind of like the title Ascended Closer. So that's exactly where I'm trying to steer everybody towards. There's a unique aspect between what people like to think of what a current closer does and a current salesperson versus what an actual very good legit closer does. As many of you probably think about, you'll probably think about a salesperson and a closing um, any sort of experience as like very salesy, very pushy, and that's not what it is at all. You know, closing is a very valuable experience, especially with the right person. Closing should be an opportunity for a business person or consumer to have an experience with what I would call a personal advisor, a person that's an expert in their field. Now, that's kind of how I came up with the whole title Ascended Closing. Because we're not on that level of being salesy and pushy. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Wolf on Wall Street, Boiler Room, and those terms, arm wrestling somebody for a close. It's not feasible. I mean, yeah, there are certain times where it calls to be a little more assertive towards helping a prospect make a decision, because there are those people out there, they want to do something, they're just afraid to pull the trigger. So you actually have to entice those people and help them, but those aren't everyday situations. Those happen, but it's not common. When you typically have a product or service that's going to help somebody and you've presented the value appropriately, you've already gone through a qualification process with them, knowing that they actually need the service and that they actually qualify for the service, then it tends to be more of an easier close. Again, you have competitors out there. You're going to have to know appropriately how to approach the subject matter, which actually, brings me to one of my points that I want to talk to today. It's all the tools in the toolbox. So if you're out there and you're a business owner, whether it's a digital marketing agency, coaching, whatever it is out there, you could be car lot, any sort of house cleaning service, it does not matter what you do. All these rules apply to each individual business. And if you are actually a closer, these rules also apply to you as well. Because regardless if you're a business owner or a closer, you're always a closer. A business owner's number one job should be closing for their business. Whether they're doing it themselves or they're hiring somebody to do it for them, it doesn't matter. That's their number one priority, because without the sales coming in for their service or for their business, they're not going to grow. End of story. And the only way you can do that is by actually bringing in prospects to your business. Now, how do you do that? Again, there are many tools in the toolbox. There are different ways to do things, and there's not a one size fits all, okay? And there's not one tool that works for everything. Everybody likes to look at it like, oh, lead generation with LinkedIn is number one top superior, blah, 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 with bringing in awesome top quality clients. True, LinkedIn's very great at that actual market, but it's not good for every market. It's good for business markets per se. But again, there's tons of other markets out there. So we're going to go over lead generation. We're going to go over marketing, branding, prospecting, content creation. All these tools you need to utilize. You can favor one towards the others if there is one specific one that actually helps your business a little bit more than any other ones would. As an example, for me specifically, lead generation on LinkedIn is a very good opportunity for my business because I do a lot of B2B with enterprise companies. So that's going to help me reach out and get individuals, get companies, get to the CEOs and C-suite executives, things like that. A lot easier than as opposed to going to Facebook or something or doing content creation on Facebook or Instagram. Not saying it's not possible to obtain clients from there. I'm just saying that my target audience tends to be more on LinkedIn because of that. Now, however, actually brings me to my next point for all the other sources, all the other platforms and tools you can use. You need to use all of them. Again, whether you're just, doing a little bit here and there on the other ones, the whole point is you're getting your business out there. You're getting your name out there. For that last episode that you guys listened to, it was outbound versus inbound. This is a great way to build your inbound because you're branding everywhere. You're on Facebook doing content creation. You're on Instagram doing posts. You're on LinkedIn doing more posts and providing value, interacting with business people on LinkedIn. And then, that itself, all your content you're putting out there is going to always be there. Unless something happens, obviously, and your profile gets shut down. Totally different story. But otherwise, your content's always going to be there. People are going to look at it. It's going to accrue over time. People are going to look at it over time. It's going to build history. It's going to build reputation for you, which is going to build either good or bad rapport. Number one thing is you want to get people to trust you, and that's how you do it, is with content creation. Now, what that also does for you is branding. Branding is kind of indirectly affected by content creation just because of the fact that you're putting your brand out there, which is very important. If you're out there trying to grow your name, you want to be known, you want inbound to be successful for you, branding is going to be very important for you. And the way you achieve that is through content creation and another tool called marketing. So, and I know these are very simple, very basic for a lot of you out there. I'm just explaining these for some people that aren't too aware of how to actually go about building the inbound services for themselves, or even just, getting their name out there and getting their brand known and recognized, more trusted, because that's the whole key. In order to close on a client, you have to have that trust. And if you have that brand out there, you're going to have that trust. So anyways, back to marketing. Marketing is another tool you can use as well, whether it's paid marketing, organic marketing, which organic marketing also falls under content creation, but paid marketing, you were talking about Facebook advertisements, Instagram advertisements, you're going on YouTube paying for ads over there. You can do all these things. And the great thing about marketing, when you're doing paid ads, you can target your specific audience. You can even do it through organic marketing. It's just a little more, you have to make sure you know what you're doing on the organic outreach part. If you don't, then you can be bringing a lot of people, but a lot of people that you're not interested in working with, but or your post will just get wasted and not hitting the right people. So target audience is what you want to focus on when you're doing paid marketing, and you can actually utilize that to focus strictly on somebody you want to bring. Let's say you want to work with people that are like single mothers that are doing like 9-to-5 jobs, working, slaving away on 2 different jobs actually. And you want to target those because you have a resolution to help transfer them into a business. Women, people who have interest in owning their own business, they just don't know how. So you can actually do some sort of targeting with that when you're doing paid advertisements. So that's all part of the marketing aspect, which helps out tremendously. Now, here's the one that I like a lot, and my business is very much associated with it, which is why I like this a lot, because I'm used to this. This is my bread and butter. It's prospecting. Prospecting, you control everything, which is one of the final tools you can use. Not one of the final ones, but there's plenty of tools out there, which is to me, one of the most powerful tools you can use, whether you're a startup, whether you're a solid business that's been there for a while. Prospecting, you get to control your pipeline, what it's full with, what kind of prospects, the quality of them, the people you're targeting that are coming in there, because you're doing the outreach yourself. Now, people don't like to do prospecting because it's uncomfortable. And with the business aspect, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. When you're doing prospecting, you're emailing people, you're calling people. Yeah, even in 2020, you're still calling people. You're not going to cold call them directly right off the bat because, trust me, it's going to suck. But there's a method, there's a tactic and strategy to when you should call people. And it's usually at the point they already at least somewhat know you, that they're warmed up. They're what you call a warm lead. Then you call them, because in that point, they'll give you that time of the day on the phone, and that human interaction is just touching to the point where you can move that conversation further. So prospecting is huge, and you can't forget that. Now, all this leads to lead generation. And, again, whether you're doing it from inbound, whether you're doing it from prospecting on outbound outreach, it doesn't matter. Like, lead generation is a crucial tool you need for your business to grow. If you're not having any form of lead generation, you're not going to grow. Simple as that. We can dive more into each of these topics later. Wanted to kind of refresh everything, get everything going, give you guys a little quick explanation on what you should focus on. So again, whether you're a business that's been in business for a while, you're starting brand new, or you're thinking about developing a business, or let's say you're a closer and you want to learn exactly how to help other businesses around you, these are the tools you need to focus on. You do this, you'll be highly successful. Now again, find the one that's more important to you. Or not to you, actually. Find the one that's more important to your business. Forget what you want. Forget what you think is best. Find what's important for your business. Focus on that. and focus about 80% of your efforts on that, and then 20% of your efforts on the other ones. Okay, so I mean, if you're posting every day on LinkedIn because that's your primary bread and butter where your target audience is, then maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or just maybe Wednesday of every week, post on the other ones. Do weekly updates, whatever. Again, the more content you put out there, the more exposure you get, the more eyes you get on your business, the more you'll grow. It's just a simple rule of numbers going through. It's like a snowball effect. Hope this video, hope the podcast was actually helpful for you. Hopefully you learned something. You have any questions, feel free to check me out. I'm on Instagram. It's Jonathan_Myers_ROE6. And then I'm also on Facebook. It's the Jonathan Myers, all one word, and JONATHANMEYERS. And you can also find me on YouTube. I need to get that handle. I don't know what that handle is. Totally my bad. But anyways, yeah, I'm all over the place. And LinkedIn too. So Jonathan-Myers-HTC on LinkedIn. You can look me up over there. You'll find me there. Anyways, keep a lookout for more podcasts. We'll be learning a lot. And if you want to learn any more one-on-one, I do some coaching as well. You'll have a link on my Facebook profile, on my Instagram. You can follow those, and it'll lead you directly to where you can schedule a call with me. Otherwise, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk soon.